Well, anyone who's sent a child to college probably knows best what the value of advising is. Students are people, and they're complicated people, and they're in a very complicated stage of their life, where they're transitioning from being a child to an adult and having to make decisions along that path that have a very significant impact on their life.
Students come to college to grow into an identity and grow into a more mature version of themselves. What out-of-classroom experiences would you like to have? How can we leverage what you're learning in the classroom to launch you into that next phase of your career? An academic advisor is a critical component in helping students navigate all of those decisions.
I was a member of the Madison Initiative for Undergraduates, the MIU task force, that developed a plan to submit to the provost for how we could invest new money into the advising enterprise here at UW-Madison to improve the undergraduate educational experience. Student voices were really a driver, both for campus administration and for this team. They saw the need for increased coordination and leadership.
The campus decided to make a significant investment in advising, and it's really made a big difference. So one of OUA's major goals is to help advisors move from a transactional model of advising to a transformational model of advising. We help prepare advisors to do that through training, but we also do that just as importantly through advising technology, because when you have technology that can do some of the transactional things, you leave time for the advisor to do the transformational things.
One of the early things that the Office of Undergraduate Advising did was to create campus-wide advisor training and professional development. We now have a day-long advising conference that happens every year. And I would say that conference rivals any of the professional network's national or regional conferences that exist in advising across the country.
Quality advising, timely advising at UW-Madison certainly, I think, enhances our competitiveness with our peer institutions. I like to emphasize to prospective students that at UW-Madison, they will have access to an advising model that might be unique in the country. We have an office on campus that's dedicated to advising, training, and practice. The training, technology, community has allowed advisors to be more confident in their work, more accurate, better trained, and ultimately that's going to impact student success and student experience.
Tools and data were very disconnected. It was a very complex landscape, and through the leadership of the Assistant Director for Technology, Jeff Schockler, and myself, we created the Advising Architecture Review Board. We found that advisors, on average, were spending about 1/3 of their advising appointment just looking up data. So a collaborative project between the Office of Undergraduate Advising and the Office of the Registrar was to create the Enroll app, or really streamline our enrollment tools. And we're already starting to see in SOAR how advisors are having to think about, we don't have to teach students these tools anymore. How does this reshape the advising experience, and how might we be able to further enhance that really catalyst and kickoff of a student's experience with SOAR?
It's through the committees, of course, that a lot of exciting and interesting things get done, but it's also just advisors in general that have stepped up in every kind of way to help us design programs and technology and efforts, and there's advisor input in everything that we do.
It's a very reciprocating relationship. Someone just being there for you, I think it's one of the most important things, like when you're away from home. They made me feel normal, like I didn't feel like a number.
I've had a really good experience with advising in my undergrad career. They know about so many more majors than you know about, and I think they're really good at navigating, like, I think this could be a really good idea, or this could be a really good idea for you.
College can feel pretty hectic, but the advisors at Cross College Advising Service and all advisors on campus, from my experience, have gone above and beyond to make a student feel comfortable to start, to then listen to what they have to say, and then given all that information, they do whatever they can to provide them with the resources that this campus provides. It really does expand an already incredibly far-reaching campus. So it could really only open doors for you.
So the investment that the campus made in undergraduate advising 5 years ago was largely pointed toward academic advising. And that same investment is needed for a career advising system and connecting those areas together. Career development is a really important part of the college experience, and advising is really well positioned to improve and enhance a student's career development and career prospects while they're here.
Investment in advisors is an investment in the students, and so campus commitment to our students, I think, are evident in the commitment to OUA, because by providing that support to OUA, it then impacts advisors, which then full circle comes back to students. And so with that thought in mind, I'm looking forward to the next 5 years.